Hi, Miss. Greeting to all. And first of all, thanks to join Miss Sarah. We invite you here for our assignment one, which is Islamic civilization and civilization Asia. There we have to interview any international student based on civilization. And firstly, Miss Sarah, can you introduce yourself?
Good evening. My name is Hatip, and I am from Kenya, Africa, and I'm 22 years old. And thank you for inviting me for your assignment.
Thank you, Miss Sarah. So, shall we start our interview now? Mohna?
Hi, Miss. I'm Mohana. Yeah, can I ask you some question?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so first question is, what are some unique cultural customs or traditions in your home country that you miss or find different from your host country?
The food. The food here is quite sweet. My country, we don't quite use a lot of oil, but yeah, it's sweet, but it's different. And also when it comes to traditional clothes, it's quite way different in Malaysia. But yeah, trying to cope in adjusting myself with Malaysians. But the baju is quite nice. And the language too, Malaysians do have similar words like my country, but I a bit understand sikit-sikit. Yeah.
So the second question is, how was living in a different culture influenced your own beliefs, values, or perspectives?
Can say the way we were and my beliefs and my values and how I perceive and my thoughts in Malaysia is quite different. And I mean, they're all the same. We have different values and beliefs. It's just that in Malaysia, yeah, it's Islamic though, but people do smoke a lot. But in my country, rarely you see people smoking. That's why.
I see. I pass to next person to ask question, madam. Anu?
Okay.
Hi, Miss. I'm Anutina Karan. And my first question is, how has the technology developed in your country?
Uh, Kenya is a developing country. Technology is there. It's it's not upgrade, but we're trying to upgrade it. It's we try our best to to achieve our economically, socially, and everything. Like technology is in a developing way. Like we try and develop ourselves. Uh, can't complain. Technology has helped us a lot in Kenya, and yeah, it's in based on how in work wise, in university wise, in study wise, it has really upgraded a lot.
The next question is, what are your country or society most significant issues or challenges?
Can say eye contact because and in Malaysia, as I said, Malaysia, when it comes to eye contact, they find it rude wise, but when it comes to my country, we find it way overwhelming and more, more attention, and communication is way more wise and fast, and can come with women in my country, they are allowed to walk, but there are some ages that not allowed to walk. Yeah. And also can come with poverty. We have a lot of poverty in our country, but we manage to overcome that.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Madesh?
Hi, Miss. My name is Matesh, and I'm going to ask you two questions. Well, the first question is, how did your home country civilization prevail and evolve in the early ages in history?
Well, it has due to we do have British. When it comes to racism, we also do face that because of, yeah, I can say racism. That's the only thing I can think of. When it comes to civilization, don't know much about it, but racism is one of the things. And also, yeah, I guess that's the only thing that can pop in my mind when it comes to civilization. But
Okay, I'll ask you the next question. Civilization is all about survival. How is your home countries are doing now? And what is the challenges that your country is facing and how to overcome it?
okay, poverty in our country is hectic. It's hectic, but we try to do donations. We try to help each other, one another, because in my country we all care about our neighbors. Government try to help, what do you call this? Politics tend to help us nowadays because we're in the 20th century. And also when it comes to inequality, it's hectic in my country. And also when it comes to climate change, oh my goodness, it's very hot. It's extremely hot in Malaysia. But we try to cope with it. It's extremely hot. And when it comes to private sector investments, accountability, unemployment, there's a lot of unemployment, but also more jobs are being created, more restaurants, they're available, so more, but people try and travel abroad to work and at least, feed their family in my country. But it's, we try and slowly by slowly, we can manage it.
Okay. Thank you for answering the questions. And I'll pass it to the next person.
Hello, my name is Kausalya. Hi, Miss. Okay, I have two questions for you. My first question is, which specific civilizations have had the most significant impact on the development of your country?
The youth of unemployment, that is one of the most way significant. It's too much. But yeah, as I said, I mean, every country has its own, every country has unemployment, but I guess my country is way more unemployment. That's why we see people traveling abroad, trying to get, jobs from abroad. Yeah. And poverty, there's a lot of poverty. It's Africa. The whole of Africa is filled with poverty. And also my country is of poverty. So yeah, I think that's the most I can say.
My second question is, what are the language barriers you had faced?
Language barriers. I mean, when you see in technologies, Swahili, Kenya, we speak Swahili. So like you guys have, when you go to technology like Google Translate, you search, Malay, and they give you instant language, your own language. But my language, the words are not quite constant. Like, we find it difficult to those who don't know Swahili, those who are born and raised with some other language, they find it difficult to learn. Yeah. So in my country, as I was raised English, speaking English, I found it difficult to, learn my language here and there. But try to look at Google, didn't give me exactly. But thank God I had my grandmother that taught me here and there hard words. So that's why that's my, yeah.
Yeah, nice to hear that. Thank you.
Hi, Miss. My name is Durga Devi, and my first question is: are there any notable human rights issue or initiative in your country?
Human rights? Are they what?
Notable human rights issue or initiative in your country, how they are being addressed?
Human rights. Human rights. I don't think. I'm not quite sure about that when it comes to human rights because um I'm someone who I have not quite, I'm born and raised in Kenya, but I'm someone who's indoors, like, but can say there's not much.
Okay, miss, no problem. The next question is, what is the education system like in your country? And are there any unique features or approaches?
Yeah, there are a lot of education that are being provided, new and new, internationally, and local. And we also there is upgrade in technologies that is really great in ICT, and yeah, the universities and everything they're all provided, and also certificates you can also get jobs from anywhere else. So that's the way advantage of studying there.
Okay. Thank you, miss.
Okay, I'm Durgashni, and my first question is, are there any unique trends or habits related to social media or internet usage in your country?
Yes, they are. They are. When it comes to advertisements, like restaurants, a lot they use social media to advertise and to show their brand, their what. Yeah, social media in my country is used almost every second and day. Yeah.
And my second question, what are some of the major religions practiced in your country?
There's Hinduism. I mean, Indians are there a lot. There are a lot of Indians. They are international, from Germany, from what, from they are Christians. Let's say they are like 60% of Christianism, but also Kenya is divided into two. We have Mombasa and Nairobi. Nairobi has more Christianism and Islam is little there, but in Mombasa we have more Hinduism, more Islamic, but less of Christianism. Yeah. So, but we always cope with one another. Yeah.
That's all from me, Miss.
Hi, Miss. My name is Lavanya. I have two questions to ask. The first one would be, what are some of your country's most famous landmarks or historical sites?
We have holidays. That's the most. I can say holidays. I mean, there's Jomo Kenyatta. There is. I mean, there are a lot of holidays that we tend to spend, and there's that get together. I guess that's the most famous thing in my country when it comes to celebrations for independence here and there. Yeah.
Okay. The second question will be, what is the healthcare system like in your country?
What is what?
What is your healthcare system like in your country?
Well, since it's poverty, uh, it's quite difficult when it comes to healthcare because there are a lot of people having cancer, people being sick, having flu, having accidents. I mean, the hospitals do try to try and help here and there. We do have doctors from abroad. Yeah. So it's average. Hospitality is average. Can say that. Yeah. It's like a normal hospitals. Yeah.
Okay, that's all from me.
Hari? Hari? Okay, you just continue.
Okay, hi, madam. My name is Kodile Nelumalai. And my first question is, what is the population of your country? And do political parties care about public people?
Yes, yes. All times, politics usually do help a bit, but it used to be a disaster long ago. But now my country is really developing. The politicians are trying their best to overcome what the publicity want, and they're cleaning the roads, cleaning here and there, trying to help, schools and poverty. Yeah, I mean, for now, I can say now it's developing. Politics are trying their best, but past, as it used to be hectic.
Thank you, madam. For the next question, do you have any advice for travelers visiting your country for the first time? And how safe is your country for travelers?
There are a lot of travelers in my country, a lot, because I mean we have a lot to show our, terrorism. I mean not terrorism, like tourism. Like we have animals, safaris. We have like uh do you guys know like the Dubai the sands and everything? We have that the same thing that is in Dubai, we have it in Kenya. So we have a lot to show in for tourism. So we have culture, we have a lot, like Zanzibar, we have a lot, because Tanzania and Kenya is way too close to each other. So we share the same, and we try and show the tourism and explore what our culture is there. So yeah, the tourism is way too high. They come almost every.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Next, I pass to Putra.
Hi, Miss. Okay, so my name is Putra. So just like the rest of them, I have two questions prepared for you. So firstly, are there any kind of superstitions or beliefs that are commonly held in your culture?
I'm Swahili. I'm a Swahilian. I'm mixed with Arab, and I'm mixed with a lot of cultures. My beliefs, I mean, they're all the same. I don't find it different. But I'm someone who try and cope with other cultures. So yeah, I have no.
Okay. So in specific, your culture don't have any superstitions, but you kind of believe other culture superstitions.
I mean, I don't think my culture do have superstitions, because I don't much know about my culture. I was raised different. I was raised with parents who raised me speaking English. I rarely know my culture-wise language. I only know Swahili, basic language in Kenya, so that's why.
All right, that's fine. That is fine. All right, so for my second question, are there any significant historical events or figures that have shaped your country's identity?
Yes, there are. There are a lot. I mean, if I see like what's his name, Muhammad something something. He's a boxer. That he really changed them. There's Jamhuri Day. There's a lot of holidays that, yeah, I can say it really, really has changed.
I see, I see. Okay, so that's all the two questions from me. I'll pass on to the last one that's presented.
Okay.
Hi. Hello, Miss. So I have two questions. The first one is, what are the traditional values or cultural norms that are highly valued in your country?
The way you wear. I mean,
Yeah.
stay in Mombasa, and we all wear abayas. I mean, mostly you see 80% of Muslims there, and my thoughts are in how you wear is how they see you. That is the only thing that I can remember in my country. I mean, that's the only thing that people value right now, because we don't want shame. There's something called shame, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My next question is, what are the most popular forms of traditional medicine or healing practices in your country?
Oh, we have home traditional, like just like this is I would let's say one traditional that I used to do. I play football and I injured my knee. And my home traditional, what they do is we don't go to the hospital to ask for medicine. No, that traditional they try and massage your leg, give you medicines, some ingredients.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean we do have our traditional medicines in our country a lot. We do not prefer medicines as our first step. If the home medicines don't work, then that's when you can go to the medications. Yeah, that's what we believe.
Okay, that answers my question. So that's wrapped up our interview for today. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss. That's all for us.